Hello, hello, hello. It is Dr. G. If you have no idea who I am a night shift emergency medicine physician who has a penchant for podcasting and for facing my fear of public speaking and helping other people do the same, and also helping other people fall in love with and get their own podcasts out there. So today I am going to talk about podcasting, and I am going to share with you 3 more ways to monetize your podcast, even if you don't have a ton of downloads. So, last time, and if you haven't seen the first video, please go back and watch it. You will thank me later. So, you're welcome. And so, basically, I talked about 3 ways in which you can do this without having a humongous audience or having $100,000 per episode and still having success. Okay. So today I want to talk about the 3 additional ways. So the first one is by actually getting traditional sponsors for your show. And so the way that traditionally sponsorship has worked is that it has been a payment that is based on per 1,000 downloads. So it's a cost per 1,000, or a CPM, cost per mil, is the nomenclature. But there are workarounds with this, and there are ways in which you can get this to happen for your show. You can get sponsorship without having that many downloads. And so you can, depending on how your tribe is the demographics of your tribe. So say, for example, you have a tribe that is ultra specific, like ultra niche down. Say you are a tribe of miniature furniture makers. Okay, I don't know how many people there are that do that, but let's just say that your tribe is a tribe of avid miniature furniture makers, and you have a potential company that makes the parts or manufactures the glue or whatever it is, whatever tool it is that your people utilize. And so you go to this company and you say, hey, I have a tribe of miniature furniture makers, and they will more than likely need to utilize your glue, or they'll more than likely need to utilize your parts to make what they make. And, do you want to sponsor an episode? Do you want to sponsor several episodes? Do you want to sponsor a year of the show? And that's it. It's as literally as easy as that. And then so there is always a debate about when you don't go by the traditional, cost per mil model. What do you charge? Like, what do you charge? Well, it all depends, right? So if your miniature furniture makers are, in a category where their expectation is that they're gonna, spend, I don't know how much money on the glue, and the glue is expensive, and that's their thing, then you could charge the glue company maybe $200 an episode. I'm just throwing it out there. And then basically you would be able to support the show. You'd be able to bring even more amazing content to your people. And then they also would be getting, exposure to, and usually when people sponsor shows, they will also offer some kind of special offer with it. So it'll be kind of almost like an affiliate, but not really. You can do a sponsorship and an affiliate. So that is also a possibility. So you can literally get them to sponsor the show for $200 an episode. And then you can get them to give you an affiliate code. And then so you're able to offer your tribe a discount or a special offering, and then they purchase, and then everybody wins. They get a savings, they get exposure to the product that they need for their work, and the company obviously gets exposure and they get access to your tribe. So that's sponsors. So you can have a sponsor have an ad, and the ads are read by you, right? Because this is the beautiful thing about podcasting, is that you have control over what you bring to your audience. And so this is all going to be kind of going back to the ethos of things. Like, so you're not going to have a company, or you're not going to get a sponsor that is not going to be right for your audience, or that you don't have either personal experience with, or that you have some kind of trust factor with, because you got to take care of your people. because they trust you, they depend on you, they have let you into their lives, they've let you into their hearts, they've let you into their ears, they're listening to your voice, they're listening to your zone of genius, very intimate. So you want to make sure your sponsors align with the ethos of your brand, the ethos of your show. And so in that same vein, the advertisement is going to come from you. It's going to be your voice. You're going to be doing it. So you can have an ad at the beginning of the show. You can have an ad in the middle of the show. So it's, pre-roll, beginning before the show, mid-roll, in the middle of the show, and at the end. Most people don't even bother with at the end. The most expensive ad spots is going to be the middle, because people are listening to the show. They're getting into the groove. They're loving it. And then they're not going to click away or fast forward. They're going to listen to the ad, and then they're going to want to hear the rest of the show. So mid-roll is the most expensive ad spot. The pre-roll, that's the next level. And then of course at the end is the end roll, which is the least expensive. But you can also do a show. You can do a series of shows as a package when you go to get sponsors. Or you can say, you know what, can you sponsor my show for a year? That's been done. And you can definitely, or a season, if you do seasons, can you sponsor this season of the show? And then you have a rate in which you negotiate that you're going to use. So sponsors are a great way to get money from your show. Okay. So this is a traditional way. I talked about some non-traditional ways in the last episode. And then the next one is going to be private content. So you have content that you create, you have it behind a paywall, right? And then that paywall is where people will then pay you a subscription. So I talked about Patreon, which is different than what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about having a subscription where, people will pay you to get access to that private content. Now you can basically make this private content be additional bonus episodes of content or a content expansion. It could even be kind of like a mini course that does like a deeper dive into the topics that you maybe touched on a show or two. You can design how that private content is going to look, but the whole point is that there's going to be a paywall, and that paywall usually comes in the form of a subscription of some type, some kind of monthly subscription. So that is a way in which you can actually get, and you can even do a mastermind. You can have exclusive mastermind community where the tribe, even a subset of the tribe can get together and they can mastermind on whatever topic. And literally, they'll pay for that. They'll pay for that because that's a higher level of service than you just being, on the air and basically providing them with the audio content through the podcast. So private content, that is a great way in which you can monetize your show. And then last but not least, products and services. So if you have a business and the podcast is a part of that. So say, for example, you have a accounting business, right? And your podcast is about money, and you talk about all the different things, and you provide great value through the podcast about money and finances, et cetera, then you obviously can advertise your service on your show, right? So you have customers, clients coming in because they've heard the amazing value content that you have on a show. That is a way of monetizing. It's kind of an indirect way of monetizing, but it is definitely a way of monetizing. The other thing is you can actually have products. So you can have products that are intrinsic to the show. So like, for example, it's over here. So like never get it right, but I can literally get swag made for Fearless, right? So I can get Fearless swag, and I can literally have that as a product that listeners can purchase, and they'd be supporting the show whenever they buy that product. Okay. If you have another product that you're making or that you have, then you sell that thing on the show, right? So this is another way to monetize. So traditional monetization would be sponsors. Private content would be another option. You create a mastermind, you create a group, you create, exclusive content that only people who get past the paywall or pay to play can participate in. And usually a subscription type of content. So it's recurring income. And then the last one is through products and services. So consulting services would be a part of this. So if you are, if you're consulting, then you can actually advertise that on your show. And that's a great way. The podcast can be a great entry into the funnel to get your consulting services, to get your coaching services, to get all of the goodies that you have to offer. So these were 3 more ways that you can monetize your podcast, even if you do not have a ton of downloads. So if you found this helpful and you're on Facebook, you know what to do. Friends always share amazing content with friends because that's what friends do. So I would love it if you would hit me up with a hashtag replay and share it with a friend, tag a friend, share it with a friend. And then if you are on YouTube, I would love it if you would, I can never get this right. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. So I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on the amazing content that comes your way through this channel. So I'm Dr. G, and I hope that you will be strong, be brave, and unleash your greatness. Have an amazing night.